Now, if you're like me, and when you probably saw the first reveal of the Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, you probably said, what's this doo-doo shit color they use for half his body? The figure itself looks decent, but this shit-ass gray is so ugly. It's no wonder Takara started doing recolors again, and this really made me hesitant to buy him. But that turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Because you see, Takara has this tradition. Whenever a new Transformers film releases, they accompany it with their own special leader-class style Optimus Prime. So to keep that tradition going with Transformers 1, Takara unveiled their own Optimus Prime, and when I saw it, I abandoned all hope for the Studio Series version and placed my bets on this guy.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah.
紹介。タカラトミのブレイブコマンダーオプティマスプライム、トランスフォーマー1の伝説の主人公がおもちゃになって登場。And let me just say that right off the bat, Brave Commander Optimus Prime is a stunner. He looks great. The more vibrant colors pop out to make him feel more alive. The taller frame and longer proportions make him feel brave. And dare I say, this ensemble blows Studio Series out of the water. Ooh, I'm loving the looks of this guy. Really loving the use of the metallic paint and the glow that it and the non-painted plastic provide. Man, what can I say? This guy looks legendary. And with his size, he demands an incredible presence. Let's take a closer look and bask in the details. Oh my god, bro. Optimus Prime is slim thick. Hell no. Ain't no way they gave our boy a waist more snatched than that Optimus. What's he doing walking around with that slutty waist and those long legs? His proportions are a bit of a point of contention, so let me give you my correct opinion. With how he's built, this Optimus is a supermodel. Take a look at him. He's like 2/3 legs. I'm sure with this figure he can put Playboy out of business. This is accurate to his design in the film, and honestly, I don't think it looks bad. In fact, people are looking at the wrong thing that's throwing off his proportions. It's his chest. His chest is tiny. In the film, Optimus has got some big titties. Now for real though, his chest is just wide, even before he becomes Optimus. And here it's only just wide enough to house the Matrix. I will say I do prefer these proportions over Studio Series. I still think he looks awesome despite looking like a bimbo. But the real thing that throws off his look is his chest and the fact that it's not as wide as it should be. And his thighs should be thicker too. Yeah, I said it. What? I wasn't staring at his thighs. What you talking about? I do understand why some people say the legs are way too long, and I mean, it's okay to be wrong, idiot, because when you go back to so many famous robot and mecha designs in history and realize that they are all 2/3 legs, then you realize that this is peak. So aside from my gripes in the chest and thighs, which admittedly Studio Series does better, the arms, waist, hips, legs, and feet really make this guy. The ensemble works, and it all somehow emphasizes the youthfulness of Optimus, but of course nothing more so than the head. This is a pretty nice head sculpt for Prime. It does seem to borrow a lot of elements from Studio Series, mainly the eyes, but it is different. The crown jewel is the silver paint that they use to highlight the face and vents, and combine that with the bright blue helmet and the bright eyes. Ah, you look so cool when you were young! And that's not all. This guy has a face change gimmick to swap Hold on, just give me a second. I did it. You can have a mask on or mask off look, but is it just me or does the face not properly capture how he looks in the movie? He looks handsome, he looks cool. It doesn't look bad, but there's just something about it that looks so off-putting. And I think it's the eyes. Maybe it's the shape, maybe it's the lack of pupil detail, but regardless of whether or not he's wearing the mask, there's something about the eyes that I can't quite put my finger on. What I have to complain about, both looks are fire. Sometimes it's hard to decide which one I want. Hold on, I just gotta get this stupid helmet to close all the way. I'm not exaggerating to be entertaining or funny or to be the best Transformers toy content creator out there. There really isn't a lot of grip to twist the faces, so it's pretty hard to do so. And you really gotta push that face down to get the helmet to close and flush. Any bit of tolerance to it makes it pop. So if you want to move his head, you gotta hold on to specific parts of the helmet. And that's annoying. Well, it's still a cool head, and he's got other cool parts too, so let's take a close-up of his body. Ooh, the chest with the beautiful transparent blue window and the metallic paint detail, and the arms with the smokestacks on Is that mismatched colors right there? And is that a gap that won't close all the way? You know what? I'm gonna ignore this for now. The forearms, hands, waist, and thighs may not be painted, but the plastic is vibrant enough to make the details really stand out. And that vibrant blue mixes with the painted silver and gunmetal gray on the legs. Man, I'm such a sucker for silver paint and Oh, that's mismatched colors. That's mismatched colors on my comfort character. よーく聞け、だから共有した写真の下にはいつも写真、イラストは実際の商品と異なる場合がありますを書いていますね。だから これを逃れることができると思う。I hate that Takara uses this to get away with figures not being painted like the pictures. The promo images of this guy make him look like he was painted in a beautiful red, only for that to not be true and for the red to not match. Same thing with the blue on the legs. Are you kidding me? Why does it not match up? This is one of the reasons why I decided to get him, and I was so disappointed to notice this immediately when I took him out. I guess that's what you get for having high hopes for something, though, because there's a lot more that this guy disappointed me with. Plastic that looks as good as this should be praised, but I can only praise it so much when it doesn't match up with the surrounding objects of the same color. I know there are reasons, like some of these pieces are different plastics from the surrounding ones, but it hurts. Ooh, ah, geez, ah, darn, that they keep doing this. So, that's his robot mode. It's cool when you look at him from afar, but when you look at him up close, the cracks become visible. But hey, he looks like a cool robot. I do like the TF1 Optimus design, except his face is scary, and he does display it well. Again, better than the Studio Series version. And he's got a nice profile and back. His backpack's pretty cool, actually, and I'm so happy that it sticks on well, and the off chance that it does come off, it's so easy to put back on. I gotta calm down. Let's take a look what this guy comes with. This Optimus is packing heat in the form of his energy axe. Not Energon, energy. I checked, okay? And in a surprising twist, it's in a transparent blue instead of the typical orange. But this is technically incorrect because in the film it's orange with blue highlights, and this figure didn't capture that, but neither did the Studio Series version, whose sole purpose in life is to be screen accurate. Whatever, man, let's just plug it into his fist right here. The blade itself is pretty nice, and it's surprisingly thick. You can use this to get him into some awesome axe swinging Oh! That's my comfort character not being able to hold up the weapon that he was designed to be able to hold up. I've only gotten it to work sometimes because both shoulder hinge joints are pathetically loose. You know what? Great, just what I wanted actually. I never wanted to use the damn axe. I just wanted to store it in his back and just forget about it. A few more points. You guys know Missing Link? Missing Link Convoy introduced a hatch to the axe that closes in to complete the look. That would have been a lot better over this hole in the bottom. Also, the blade and the handle are in two separate pieces that you can swivel and even detach. That's it. An SFW warning time. You're about to be flashed. Oh, mama, Matrix time. I love how the chest has double doors that open up to reveal it, and at least he can hold this accessory. And that's saying a lot given modern Optimus figures. Armada Prime. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. I love you. The Matrix looks great. He looks great holding it. The crystal looks awesome, and it can be light piped. It's just so refreshing to finally get a new mold of the damn thing. But when you turn it around, oh, it's shaved off. I get it needs a hole to plug into Optimus, but that didn't stop the other Matrices, which are smaller by the way, from having a complete look to its backside. I might be reaching out of my ass for this one, but at this point, even the tiny things are getting to me. His chamber isn't too detailed, but there's still bits inside. Cool. And that's it for accessories. But we do have one more gimmick on this guy. Lever-activated, spring-loaded energy cannons. They're neat little hidden weapons, but the cannons themselves don't look too amazing. It's just a fun gimmick to mess around with though, so I'm cool with it. But he also should have come with effect parts, because in the end, this is a bit of a weak accessory pool. They're all fine, but they aren't unique, and the arms can't even hold the damn axe, so Takara might as well have added flame parts to this guy too. But you can add more to this guy, because he does have a bit of 5mm ports on his body. This was a feature that was with the previous Beast Awakening Optimus Primal. Basically, you can just take whatever mini-bots or weapons with 5mm ports and just stick them on everywhere. Looks pretty ugly. I'm sure the 6-year-olds will love this. I'm sure they'll love his articulation too. Nah, who am I kidding? They're too small and dumb to even know what articulation is. I place my bets on this guy having stellar articulation. And does he? Well, heads on a ball joint that can swivel but can't tilt due to the shape of the helmet. He can look up a bit, but can we get much higher? Only if you activate the transformation joint, but that's not worth it because doing this undoes a pathetic backpack. Piece of fucking shit, just stay on his fucking back. He can't look down. Arms can move out a pretty good amount, rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, elbows bend both ways, but only up to 90 degrees, should have been deeper, wrist swivels, and guess what?
My finger can transform. Guess which one?
All of them. Beautiful waist swivel, legs are on a soft ratchet, and whoa, can move up this far? And this far back? And can splits? And has a nice degree of knee bending? And a thigh swivel? Damn, I'm so happy they didn't sleep on legs. Leg articulation, in my opinion, is the most important piece of articulation for figures because it allows them to stand in so many dynamic ways. So, it's actually a fucking tragedy that the ankles only tilt like 2 degrees. Are you kidding me, guys? You wanna know something more pathetic? They tilt deeper on the opposite side. At least with how big and long his legs are, you can still get him into some cool kneeling poses, but the pathetic ankle tilt is the big killer for me. So you're telling me that there are so many annoying QC issues like the backpack won't stay the fuck in and the connection is weak, the helmet pops up every now and then, the arm hinges are frail, the hands bend down for the transformation and don't lock in, so when you want to put the axe on, usually you also break his wrists, and now you're telling me that he doesn't have adequate ankle tilts. Thank God he at least has a flight stand port booty hole so you can get him in the air. The proportions really make him feel majestic in the sky. On the ground though, good luck trying to get him in some more dynamic poses that don't involve him kneeling. At least he can stand up, because as his name suggests, even in standing poses he still gives off the elite aura of a brave commander. Pretty tall too, but I was honestly expecting him to be taller. I admit, he looks good, despite the color mismatches, despite the smaller chest and thighs. But for me, the thing that really saps my enjoyment out of him is how loose he feels and how his ankle tilts are basically non-existent. I had high expectations. Usually you can see a picture of a figure and tell that it's going to be a banger, and that's what I thought with Brave Commander Optimus. Until I took him out of the box and slowly realized that he didn't live up to the expectations I sent. He is a good-looking Prime, but not a good feeling Prime. And for the size and price, this isn't very Brave Commander of him. It's still cool to have a figure of a younger version of your hero though, so admittedly, I do have a soft spot for him. I mean, I can't help it. I looked up to him. Brave Commander Optimus has shown us that he is indeed more than meets the eye, and has transformed into his Cybertronian truck mode. As for the design in general, I won't say it's bad for an alien truck, but I do think it looks too much like an Earth truck. But I kinda like the redesign. Who knew bringing the smokestacks down to the tire level would just go so hard? The detail is pretty intricate here too, as seen on the front of the cab. The headlights pop with that gunmetal gray, the shiny plastic is vibrant, the windshield returns with its radiance, and hey, you can see the matrix in there. The windshield isn't 100% accurate though, I think. He does retain the Orion Pax windshield before he gets the matrix, so this just proves that I was right about his chest not being wide enough. This thing has a grille for some reason, that at least is done in silver paint, but that also makes the unpainted bottom part stick out pretty badly. And if you're gonna give him stripe detail, then why are you gonna give up painting the damn thing halfway? The details are still pretty awesome, and there's more of it on the back. I love how the front of the cab is completely enclosed, and I love it when vehicle modes just reveal new detail like it does here. It's just too bad these parts are not enclosed. The truck bed is just the legs, nothing new. They come together real nice, but the crotch is still visible, and the arms, they don't really go anywhere. And from here, you can kinda see inside him, and oh my god, of course he has a gaping hole underneath him. I know you're never gonna see underneath the truck, but I still can't help the feeling that they could have at least did something to fill out this hole. Anyways, back to the bed, and there's just something about how the legs come together and the shape of it all that really makes me dig it. Takara even included a hitch to connect with MP44's trailer, if you sold your soul for that guy. Since the truck bed is just the legs, it retains all of its detail, so hey, at least they still look good. But yeah, this is the truck. I like the shape, I like the thickness, I love how it feels, it looks great despite the red not matching up again, and having it as a toy that I can handle has made me appreciate this design. I don't know, I think it's cool how it's the exact same shape of Prime's classic truck mode, but still somehow looks different. Not too alien, again, there are some Earth truck aspects to it. Maybe it's a little lazy, but I rock with it. Oh god, do I like the truck mode more than the robot mode? Well, when it keeps the awesome energy cannon gimmick that also includes a bit of engineering to stop it at the level of the smokestacks, hell yeah, I like this better. I love it when they put in effort like this. And I don't know, I think these look more natural in the truck than in the robot mode. So, cool. And he can roll surprisingly well. This genuinely shocked me. I saw these tiny ass front wheels and thought, oh boy, more disappointment. But he is so smooth, he glides like butter. Oh, I almost forgot, the axe pegs into the side for storage. Lame. I'd rather just throw it in the trash. So, maybe I do like the truck mode better. The compactness doesn't diminish his size, and the looseness becomes a non-issue when everything tabs in properly. Yeah, I've warmed up to the Cybertronian truck, but the robot mode of any figure is supposed to be the star of the show. So, with this being a case of the alt mode being better than the robot, is this guy even worth it? This guy has me really conflicted. On one hand, I think his robot and vehicle modes are the most visually appealing versions of Transformers 1's Optimus Prime's design in a transforming toy form. On the other hand, there is a sea of QC issues and an almost non-existent ankle tilt. Things that are just baffling on a guy this caliber. This thing retails for 9,000 yen, and when converted to USD, isn't nearly as much as the $80 Hasbro Pulse is selling this guy for. And that price isn't leader class, it's commander class territory. And the sad truth is that this guy doesn't feel like he's worth his price. So should you get him? Well, that's up for you to decide. And though I can't help but feel that Takara fumbled, this guy will still be my representation for Transformers 1's Optimus Prime. He looks phenomenal, but there's so much holding him back that makes me frustrated because I really wanted to love this guy so badly. He's literally my hero in his youth, and I haven't seen him look this good since I last took a look at the photo albums back at my old house. And it just sucks, man, because seeing Orion Pax become Optimus Prime in the film reminded me of my childhood and the man I idolized, seeing him practice all the great qualities of what it takes to be a true, heroic, and inspiring leader. And that is my brave commander, Optimus Prime.
Wow. You were so cool when you were younger.
Yeah, I guess I was.